You had a nice tactical find. This isn't the strongest first move because it doesn't help control the center. Nice, taking time to prepare before pushing in the middle. They bring out their knight, increasing their control over the center. You had a better option, but this is not bad. Their knight comes into play, attacking the center. You developed your bishop on the long diagonal. That's playable. Develops the knight and attacks the center. Decent move, but they had a better one. Your move grabs central space and helps your other pieces get active. They kick your knight with a pawn, forcing it to move or be captured. Correct, of course. Move away from danger. That knight is unprotected and can be captured right away. You capture that free knight. They bring out their bishop, increasing their control over the center. You are forcing your opponent to double pawns. Recaptures. You followed a great opening principle and developed a new piece. They've stopped you from castling, leaving your king more exposed. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. They took your pawn for free. Good thinking. This move puts your piece into a stronger, more active position. They defended their bishop, which was under attack. You met your opponent's threat with your own threat. This move puts their bishop on a safer square. No surprise, you had to move your bishop to safety. Attacking your pawn chain. You exchange pieces of equal value. Their better move was to recapture a piece. They played the strongest move available. You recapture the piece. Their recapture simultaneously brings the rook into play. Castling queenside can lead to sharper positions. They made one of the top moves in this position. This removes an attacker that was threatening to capture one of your pieces. A clear recapture. Using a pin to defend helps to protect your piece. Defending their hanging pawn. Yes, this is the way. They bring their final piece into the game, fully mobilizing them. You've just allowed your knight to be taken without a fight. Capturing your hanging knight. Oops, you gave up a pawn. They missed a chance to capture a free pawn. This moves your bishop to a safer square. This move drives your checking bishop away with a pawn. A good choice to move your threatened bishop. They played one of the best moves here. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. You had the upper hand, and now your position is winning. Nice, definitely the right move. Takes back. You missed an opportunity to capture a free pawn. Their better move was to capture the opponent's passed pawn. That pin to the king will win material. They found a clean way to deal with your passed pawn. You want a pawn for free. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. You're going to end up losing a rook. They prevented you from being able to force eventual checkmate. This was the only move. They missed a chance to capture a free rook. Nice find. You found the only move in this position. That was an even swap of material. Precise move from your opponent. This was the only move. Activating their king. Your move puts your bishop on an unsafe square. They missed a chance to capture a free bishop. That pawn was yours for the taking. They defended their pawn, which was under attack. Not the best move, but not bad either. They are right on target. This is the only move that works, and you found it. You escaped the check from the rook. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. Very good choice. They move their king out of the check from your rook. Well done, an excellent move. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. You captured that free pawn. That's playable. This is a fine move. They move their king out of the check from your bishop. You captured a free pawn. I like their choice. Clearly, you don't want to leave your bishop in danger. They played the strongest move available. You step your king away from the checking rook. The rook is left hanging, letting you grab it immediately. You're going to end up losing a pawn. You missed an opportunity to capture a free rook. Capturing your hanging pawn. Your passed pawn is one step closer to promotion. They move their king out of the check from your pawn. That is a great square for your bishop, giving it more scope. Their king steps away from the check by your bishop. You had a better option, but this is not bad. Decent move, but they had a better one. Passed pawns must be pushed. That's quite an error. Now's your chance to capitalize on it. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. They slipped up a bit here. Not the worst move, but definitely not the best. Your pawn reaches the back rank and promotes to a queen. This seems like a mistake to me. You're still on the road to checkmate. Precise move from your opponent. You continue the checkmate attack. This move is dropping a rook, though it doesn't change their... Your move gets closer to checkmate. They stop the check by interposing a piece between your queen and their king. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. You captured that free rook. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. You're still on the road to checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your bishop. You continue the checkmate attack. That was the only move. You're still on the road to checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your rook. You continue the checkmate attack. They made one of the top moves in this position. You're still on the road to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your bishop. You continue the checkmate attack. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. You're still on the road to checkmate. They are right on target. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. That was the only move. You're still on the road to checkmate. They played the strongest move available, getting closer to the forced checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your bishop. You continue the checkmate attack. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. You're still on the road to checkmate. Checkmate is always the best move.